Hello everyone, and welcome to our live demo and code review for our Assignment 3 submission. I'm Jordan, and my partner for this project was Ali, and we focused on implementing Firestore and user authentication into our mobile app. Jumping into a live demo, we'll only be covering the changes between Assignment 2 and 3. So you can see we've had the app icon changed along with the name of the app. It's now called MovieRadar. And then we have this landing page here which will prompt you to either log in or register. So if we click login, you'll see you'll be prompted to enter your personal information. And also you can redirect to your register form if you don't have an account. And so I'm just going to create an account really quick. I'll just leave the password as ABC and 123. And then we'll click register. And then we'll prompt it to log in with that information. And then we'll click login. So you'll see here the UI is completely different. You have your search bar at the top and then tabs along the bottom to navigate between your search, your favorites list, and then your profile where you can sign out as well. And you can also see the account email that you registered with. These are just placeholders. So to start a search, we'll enter in Totoro and then click the first one here. And we can add this to our favorites. And once it's added to our favorites, we can click on the favorites tab here at the bottom, and you can see it's stored in this list right here. And we can actually click on this plot description, and then we can give our own description. So it was a great movie. And then we click save, and then you see it's saved right here. If we back out and re-enter it, it's going to be stored for you for the next time you want to see it. Now, if we go back and search for it again in the movies list, it knows that it's a favorite. So it's going to grab our description for us, and then we can still edit this as well here. So we can remove it as well, and then if we go back, you'll see it's missing, and then when we're done, we can click sign out, and we'll be brought back to the landing page. And I've just logged back in here real quick. I wanted to show that if we close the app and then reopen it, it will persist our authenticated state, and we won't have to log in again. And so how this works is once the landing activity is loaded, first it's going to check if you're already authenticated, and if you are, it's just going to navigate you back to that home activity where those search, favorite, and profile fragments are. And so the same thing goes for the home activity. It's going to check to see if you're authenticated, and if for some reason you're not, then it's going to navigate you back to the login, so that way you can authenticate yourself. The way that the home activity manages the fragments is with the tabs, and so they all get replaced here, but there are some conditions. For example, if you're looking at the movie details, it's just going to send you back. Otherwise, it's going to replace the fragment with a new search fragment. And if you're looking into your favorites, it actually shares the same fragment as the movie details fragment. So we're going to let it know that we are looking at its favorites, and that's what's going to populate it with the edit button, and allows you to edit the favorites. And then if you click on your profile, there's no really complicated logic here. It's just setting you a new fragment. When looking at the favorites, you can see here it first does a check to see if it's stored, and then if it is, then it's going to grab that plot information that you entered. Otherwise, it's just going to default to your regular IMDb description. And we also have this getIsFavorite function, which edits the UI and enables the edit button and changes the add to favorites text. And then a little lower, we handle our favorite button being pressed, and then changes the text and the color. And then it also adds the IMDb ID to the collection. Then lastly, we have the function that updates the plot, and it's just going to have that alongside the IMDb ID. So for our login and registration logic, first we're going to compare their password with their confirmation, just to make sure that they've entered in the password that they want to register with. And then we're going to call register user, which just uses the Firebase authentication method. And then when it's successful, we're going to prompt them to log in. And then similarly, we're going to call sign in with email and password with the Firebase authentication. And then if it's successful, we're going to navigate them to the home activity. And we're also going to remove all of the stack, so that way they don't bring themselves to a page that only an unauthenticated user should see. And then lastly, we have our profile fragment, which just really only has a functional button for sign out. And that's just going to call the sign out method, which is stored in the view model. And if we go to that, we can see it's just calling the Firebase authentication. That concludes our live demo and code review. Thank you for watching.